Hello everyone, my name is Dr. Zeus213 and welcome to episode 16 of our Factorio Sea Block playthrough. In the previous episode we set up this massive smelting facility, and today we're going to be increasing the amount of electrolyzers and filtration units and whatnot we are going to be supplying to it. Now I think today we're just going to double this entire setup, so I've got a fair few electrolyzers ready. I do need to make a few more though. Let me grab some stone brick. I've been waiting for a lot of sand to be processed, so I've had some time to get things crafted. But I didn't really realise how much we were going to need. There we go. So that should be enough for 20 more. Now I've got iron rods being made. I've got a assembler down here somewhere. Yeah, here we go. Let's just grab a couple hundred of those. Now, there's quite a few things else I've done. I've added some lead production and a few other random facilities, and I'll go through those next episode, perhaps, or maybe later this episode, as I need them for a few things we're going to need to expand our ore processing array. The first thing I want to do is completely tear down this entire array. So why don't we do that? I'm only going to do the first half of it for now. There. As that is kind of just in the way. So let me clear this up. In fact, how much sand have you got there? A couple thousand. You know what? Let's do it all. We've got enough sand now, I think, to get everything we need done. So I'm going to clear all this up and then I will be back. In fact, all of this is going to be removed as well. Yeah. Okay. I'll be back once I've cleared up some stuff we no longer need. Perfect. Now that we've got all of that out of the way, we can start building up our new setup. So first of all, we'll get the filtration units in place. I'm going to do all of those for this entire setup today, but we will only be doing half the amount of the required electrolyzers. Right, so why don't we begin laying this out? So what we're going to have is going to have 4 rows of these guys, sort of like that. Obviously that's going to be nowhere near enough spacing between them, but what we'll have then is we'll have a belt feeding in and a belt feeding out. Something like that. And then we probably want to have a pipe here and a pipe here. And we'll have the same here. Whoops. There's no other real way I could have done that, is there? You know what? There might have been a little bit better of a way of doing that. If we get rid of that, the belt I'm actually going to put here. And we can possibly run a pipe along here. And a pipe here. That's a little bit more compact, I think, than we had it. We had the belt, pipe. Yeah, it saved us a tile. So then we'll have this guy here, and this guy will run like that. We'll have the inserter go like that. Power pole. And then this whole unit can probably be stacked side by side. Let's just make sure we got all the necessary pipes in place. And then, yeah, that will fit perfectly. So we'll do the same on this side as well. I will run the belt a little bit more spaced away. And then we will have the inserter here feeding out. This guy needs to be set to long, actually. Yeah, that looks good. And then we will have 2 pipes. And one of these pipes is going to go off this way with the mineral sludge, which will probably be this one. And this guy will take the sulfuric wastewater back off that way. Cool. Now let's trim this down a bit. Obviously we're going to need another power pole there. And then this entire unit can now be stacked vertically. Oh, we're going to need a lot of space to do that. Ooh. What if we run it sideways like so? That might be a better idea. Yeah, let's give that a shot. So we are going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. In fact, if we were to space it out a little bit, how does that look? Yeah, that's okay because we've got a bit of overlap on the outside of these. Hang on, I've just realised this doesn't look symmetrical. This guy sticks up way more than this guy, or maybe it's just because I don't know. Anyway, these guys will actually end up stacking out a little bit further as well, because there's an upgrade we can do to these once we've got green science, which lets us get an extra 50% for our ores. So that's pretty cool. Now this whole thing I need to center just about there, and I'll leave a little bit of room. Can't connect systems with different fluids. Yeah, we'll get out of the way and then I can. There we go. I did actually get another 10 construction drones, by the way. I used the green circuits I've been getting from the random facilities to do that. But that is looking pretty good. Now the only thing I'm concerned about is that these pipes aren't actually going to have enough throughput to handle this entire facility. I should probably check that. Otherwise I'm going to have to split it in a couple of sections, I think. Okay, so I did just check, and yeah, we've got plenty of pipe capacity. Right, this whole system we're going to copy a few more times. Just make sure we've got it lined up. That pipe looks a bit weird at the end. There we go. Now I should probably start helping to place this. Cool, so that's all belted up in place now, and I just went ahead and alternated these inserters as we're going to need pretty much a full belt of the frames. Filters, that's the one. Why don't we now get the filters all done? Now one thing I'm thinking is these belts actually need reversing. Yeah, that's probably going to be... Yeah, let me get that done. Right, there we go. And now we're going to get all these belts going. So this is going to be interesting because I need to split this evenly 4 ways. So why don't we... Right, hang on, let me think. So we're going to have slag slurry coming in probably from the top. Purified water, we can come in from the top as well. Okay, that's fine. We can do that. Yeah, you know what? We'll work around that. So if I leave a gap here, so we're going to have one pipe come in, and then we need to split it into 4 ways like that. If that makes sense. And then save a few belts. We're going to do that. And we have that splitter just at the entrance of the first guy. Like so. He's going to feed down. And this guy will feed down like that. And that should just make sure that all our filters that come in are evenly split 4 ways, because this is going to split 50-50. And then 25-25, 25-25, yeah. Perfect. Now we're coming out the other side. Not too big of a deal. Nice. So we should now have in and out for the frames. And these just need to link back up around the top. And into this area where we're going to do the crafting of the charcoal filters. Alright, so I've just gone ahead and set those assemblers up. And we're going to need to do this sort of setup as we've got a lot of items coming out. In fact, I need to do it on this side as well. And I'm going to use splitters this time because I want it to be balanced on each side of the belt still. So there we go. That's looking pretty good. Now we just need a bunch of inserters. There we go, that's looking pretty good. So we'll have the filters come in this way. And then they should leave this way. And this belt here is going to line up perfectly with here. And that is the cycle complete. So now if I chuck in a few of these guys. And we also need to get charcoal, which isn't going to be too difficult. We can just bring this belt all the way down here. We should have a line just here. We do. And he's going to feed up like that. Now that is going to take a fair amount of charcoal, but I think we've actually got enough production to handle it. We'll soon find out, but it's not too difficult to expand. In fact, I think we might actually be producing excess charcoal over here anyway. So we can always feed the excess down into the system as well. Now, obviously I'm going to need to put a whole load more frames in here. I've not actually got any on me right now. But that is fine. We can work around that for now. Do actually need to put a few more inserters in over here as well. Cool, so now that we've got that done, I would like to get the slag slurry piped up into this setup. So what I think is I'm going to run a pipe down this side. Whoops, that's the wrong pipe. Like so. I want the output, which is that one. Yeah, my bad. So that's actually going to be the mineral sludge. That's the one. That looks pretty good. And then we're just going to get some undergrounds. Can't go all the way, which is not a problem. We'll do that. Leaves enough room in case we do need to go any further down with the other pipes, but that's pretty unlikely. That's not even needed. Cool. So that should be all of those linked up, and then we just need to run pipe like that, and that's all of those hooked up again. Now that we've done that, we should probably deal with how we're going to handle the sulfuric wastewater. Let's do that next. So if we run these pipes a little bit longer, and we can't, that's fine. Yeah, so I changed my mind. Was it worth it? Probably not. But, I've done it now. It can stay like it. Cool. So we've got the wastewater coming up this way. So why don't we keep bringing it up? And this guy, let's leave that there for a minute. We need to think how we're going to process it all, because we need to put it through a series of machines and chemical plants to refine it. We need to go into 5 hydro plants, which goes into 6 chemical plants, and then 4 more chemical plants. Right, so now that we've got that done, we've got 2 products we need to deal with. We've got mineralized water and purified water. Mineralized water we could pipe all the way over here into this area, and he will be used to make the algae required for our power system, which is probably a good idea actually. We will need to make some modifications though to make sure that it doesn't back up too much. It's not going to be too difficult to do, so we can go do that now. So I'm going to throw this guy there. What we'll do is then connect to this guy. If we get ourselves a pipe. And he's going to run all the way down here. Perfect. So next up in the chain is the purified water. Now, purified water is used to make sulfuric acid. Let's see, we're going to have 6 to 4. 1, 2, 3. It's going to be 6. And these guys are going to be doing this recipe. Now, this guy also requires sulfur, which these guys also produce. So we can easily do that. So now that we've got the basic layout we are going to go for done, we're going to move this guy down here. Yeah, that'll go there. And the way these are going to be connected, this belt's actually going to go the opposite direction. So we need oxygen gas, which we can quite easily pipe in. We'll just do that now. Like so. And that's going to come from somewhere up there. And then we'll have a belt here for our sulfur. Now we may actually need to redo that pipe. Yeah, I'm thinking we do that. So let me get that done real quick. There we go. And now we can put in all of our wired inserters as well. A few power poles. And we should be good to go. Let's connect this guy. Now that we've got that guy connected, we need to work out how we're going to make the sulfuric acid, which is going to take the purified water, which we're producing here, and combine it with the sulfur dioxide gas, which we're producing here. Now the sulfur dioxide gas isn't going to be difficult to connect up. Just going to do a few undergrounds like that. And then the purified water, yep, we're just going to do a nice simple pipe, like so. Perfect. Now we just need to get this guy over here. So when I run this pipe, we're just going to run it straight round. It's not going to matter too much because we do need a few more hydro plants to produce more purified water. So sulfuric acid we can take up here and then we're going to connect it up to the electrolyzers. Speaking of which, why don't we connect those up now? There we go, guys. I think this is the design I'm going to use. This took me way too long to design. It's actually the next day now. I gave up designing it last night. Don't know why it took me so long, but here we are. So this should allow us to stack pretty easily vertically. In fact, before we move this guy, what I do want to do is set up the liquefiers, as they're going to be pretty important down the line. Now, I'm going to have rows of 20 electrolyzers, so it's going to be 2 liquefiers per stack. So how do we want to do that? Okay, here's what I'm thinking. We've got 4 liquefiers here, which will do these central 2 columns. And we've got the 4 liquefiers. We'll have sulfuric acid coming in on the outside, and then we'll have a pipe going down the middle off to the crystallizers. That's the one. So we just need, I think, about 8 inserters on each one. So that's 2, 4, 6. And then that'll be 7. And that will be 8. Yeah, that probably works. Cool. Right, let me get that done on the other side and then we will start moving on. Yeah, I've just realized this isn't going to work because we've just blocked the input for sulfuric acid. Now that we've got all of that laid out, I think we can start putting this in its final position. So we're going to remove that guy, and it's going to go right over here. And how far down do we want to go? Probably around this level. Yeah, we'll go up a little bit just to give it some space, and I don't really want to tear down that facility right now. Yeah, that's good. Right, now we can copy this guy. And that's as far as we need to go. we can start stacking this vertically. So that's going to be 6, 8, 10. Now it does look like I'm going to need some sand to get the rest of these guys in. Luckily I've got a few thousand. I don't think that's going to be enough to get everything in place, but it's definitely a good start. Sure, let's go that far and see where that gets us. 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, and just short of 20. So we'll do another couple blocks like that, because we do need some space for the flare stacks as well at the top. There we go, that's all of those powered up now. So what's left is to hook them up to this guy and set up the water and flare stacks. So why don't we do that? That shouldn't be too difficult. Just get a few pipes. Now I do want to duplicate this entire setup, so why don't we do that? The nice thing about it being all modular is I can just copy that entire setup there and it all stack nice and neatly next to each other. Pretty cool if you ask me. Now the question is, how do we get the slag slurry into these guys in a somewhat organized fashion? Now I think what we'll do is we'll have a pipe here. And am I feeding that into the right guy? Yes, I am. Cool. We'll do something like this. There we go. And then let's bring this guy out to about here. And that should feed into there. Perfect. Now that should feed all of these guys. We'll obviously have to expand sideways a little bit more, but that will get us all of the required slag slurry. I've just gone ahead and added the flare stacks, and all that should be left is to put in a offshore pump and things should start flowing. Now these flare stacks I do actually want to put behind overflow valves, so let's shift these up one and get ourselves the overflow valves. There we go. Just got to copy all of this. In fact, let's get those in as well. There we go. And this guy just needs a pump as well. A few more flare stacks as well, and we should be good to go. Looks like we need to hook up our sulfuric acid as well. Slight oversight on my part. Whoops. Okay, how are we going to do this? And would you look at that? That lines up perfectly. Nice. Now, I think we're actually missing one final ingredient, which is the purified water. So let's get that done really quick. Right, there we go. It's not the prettiest up in the world, but it will work. I've got a top-up valve so it doesn't overproduce. And we just need to run a pipe all the way down here and hook it up to a pump. Oh, typical. And of course, that makes us one short. We'll do that. Sure. Nice. And finally, offshore pump. In we go. And that should be everything done. Do need to kickstart it with some sulfur. Oh, and oxygen. Okay, let me get that done real quick. And here we go. That is oxygen hooked up. Now we just wait. There we go, the first few are going. So we should start seeing everything power on, if I've done it right. You're missing purified water because I haven't piped it in. Oh, come on. Typical. Right, let me sort that as well. Right, here we go. This should be the last 2 pipes we need, and nothing, because I missed a pipe. Haha. Oh, come on. I just want to get this episode done now. There we go. We're online. Perfect. Now, as I said, we're going to need a few more frames But that should be a pretty good start. Start crafting a few more frames as well. I think that is going to do us for today. We do have a setup finally running. What I'll do off camera is I'll add in another 2 stacks of electrolyzers, and next episode we should be good to start on green science. How exciting. Right, if you guys enjoyed this video, do remember to leave a like, comment and subscribe, as it greatly helps the channel. Leave any comments with your suggestions, tips, whatever else down below. Feel free to share the video, and hopefully I'll see you guys next time. I've been Dr. 213, and have a great day.